Edward I was crowned King of England at Westminster. Aeneas Saverio Ptolemy was elected Pope as Pius II following the death of Calixtus III. The USS Constitution, commanded by Captain Isaac Hull, won a brilliant victory over the British frigate HMS Jerry in the War of 1812. U.S. forces under Major General Winfield Scott began the Battle of Contreras, opening the final campaign of the Mexican-American War. French fashion designer Coco Chanel, who, with her elegantly casual creations, ruled over Persian haute couture for almost 6 decades, was born. Or couture, sorry. Some 90% of German voters approved a referendum that made Adolf Hitler Führer und Rechenschaftsführer, translated to leader and chancellor. Soviet officials began the Great Purge of prominent old Bolsheviks, real or potential political rivals, and crisis of Joseph Stalin as the first show trial opened, resulting in the execution of Lev Kravin and others. A commando force by Vo Ngo Gap under Vietnamese nationalist leader Ho Chi Minh entered the Vietnamese capital of Ho Nan. Australian and U.S. resolutions aimed to solve the Balkan controversy were voted by Andrei Gromyko, Soviet delegate, and the UN Secretary Council. American pilot Francis Gary Powers was sentenced to 10 years confinement by the Soviet Union for espionage following the U-2 affair, but was later released in 1962 in exchange for the Soviet spy Randolph Abdel. Arsonists reportedly poured gasoline on the floors of packed movie theater in Abdan, Iran, then locked the theater doors and set the building afire with bombs. The conflagration took the lives of 430 persons. The arrested suspects were described as Muslim extremists who not only considered movie theaters as incompatible with Islamic teachings, but also invoked religious ideas as a reason for seeking to revise many of the Shah's political policies aimed at liberalizing Iranian society in the name of modernization. Mikhail Gorbachev, the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union from 1985 to 1991, and President of the Soviet Union from 1990 to 1991, was briefly ousted in a coup by communist hardliners. American theoretical physical chemist Linus Pauling, the only person to have won 2 unshared Nobel Prizes, one in chemistry in 1954 and the other in peace in 1962, died at the age of 93. A truck bomb explodes in the headquarters of the UN in Baghdad, killing at least 23 people, among them Sergio Verdimallo, the Secretary General's Special Representative in Iraq. The search engine company Google Inc. raised $1.6 billion in the initial public offering. As an unusual move, the shares were sold in a public auction intended to put the average investor in an equal footing with financial industry professionals. The computer chip maker Intel announced an agreement to acquire the computer security company McAfee. The world's deadliest animal isn't a shark, bear, or tiger, but something far more smaller. The mosquito. According to the World Health Organization, 725,000 people are killed each year from mosquito-borne diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, and yellow fever. Mosquitoes outnumber every other animal in the world apart from ants and termites. They can also be found in nearly every part of the world, which in all add up to the risk they pose to humans. The universe's average color is called cosmic latte. In a 2002 study, astronomers found that the light coming from galaxies averaged into a beige color that's close to white.